right? It takes a while to make $10,000, but let's call it $10,000 in a week. Let's say $1 million in a week, right? That's a lot of money, right or not? It's a whole lot of money. Okay, so now that we got that down, how quickly could you spend that $1 million? How quick? She said very, like she's dying to try it. Try me. She's like, try me, I promise you. You won't see a penny. Quick, right? You walk into Hermes, Chanel, I mean, you could just do all the shops, right? Maybe a couple hours, maybe. I'd probably drop it in 10 minutes. Right? Now, how long did it take you? It took you a week to make that. How did that happen? That's so unfair. Same thing with exercise. So what happens is that we think that because we exercise an hour, woo, we can do whatever we want. It doesn't happen that way. Unfortunately, it's just like the money. It's never enough. Why? Because how much time does it take to burn 1,000 calories? If you take a really awesome class, go balls to the wall for an hour, you may get to 1,000. Okay? How quickly could you eat 1,000 calories? Yeah, you all know. All right, this is over. Thank you for coming. All right, so you get it, right? So exercise, although it's very, very important, and it helps in so many different ways. It helps to manage stress. It helps to keep your mind right. It helps to keep your heart going. It helps to circulate your body. It helps to increase range of motion. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. I want you to leave here with that picture in your mind of the $1 million. Because that is the most important part of exercise to remember. Because no matter how much exercise you do, and the worst part of it is you become so frustrated with yourself, you're like, that's it. This doesn't work for me. I've tried it all. I've exercised. I've done spinning. I've done kettlebells. I've done throwing rocks at cars. Nothing works. I don't lose any weight. It's not that you're not losing weight. It's your approach is wrong. And as long as you're, you know, it's like trying to use a stiletto to put a nail in the wall. You're using the wrong tool. If you're not using the right tool, you're never going to get it in there. Every job has a tool. Every single job. And life, this whole thing of being a super you, it takes a plan. And it takes tools. It takes the right skill set to be able to figure it out. We all know this. I'm not telling you anything any of you don't already know. But it's nice to be reminded of it. Because when you leave, you're going to be like, you know what? He is right. This is crazy. I work out and then I go home and I do this or I do that. And you're going to find little areas of your life where it may not be your exercise. It may not be the eating. It may be the rest. It may be your supplementation, but you're going to figure out somewhere along the line you're doing something that's keeping you from being your absolute best. And there's nothing wrong with trying to be the absolute best. What we do on occasion is that we're so tough on ourselves that when we don't immediately succeed, we beat ourselves up. We're our own worst critics, right? So you go to the gym for a week, and then you miss a day, and you're like, man, I suck. I always do the same thing. I start off strong, and then I fade out, and I'm not doing this anymore. And you talk yourself out of it. Why? There are going to be days where you can't make it to the gym. There's going to be days where a brownie's going to find its way into your mouth. Okay? No one ever gained 100 pounds from eating a brownie, right? They gain 100 pounds from the feelings you get after eating that brownie. Because you feel so sick, and you're so angry at yourself, and you can't forgive yourself. Why can't you forgive yourself? You forgive everybody else. Why can't you forgive yourself? You get so mad at yourself that you're like, that's it. I messed up already. F it. I'm going to do a whole box of donuts. And then after that, I'm coming after you, graham crackers. Why? It doesn't make any sense. It's never made any sense to me. All right, so you ate a donut. Big deal. Who cares? Put it down. Go to the gym. Go walk it out or something, right? But we don't know how to do that. So that's another thing you're going to keep in your mind. And also, exercise has this amazing thing called EPOC, which you see right here at the bottom. Excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, which means that I get a lot of people always asking me, well, what's better? Is cardio better or are weights better? Well, the truth is that research has shown that perfect routine is a combination of both. And I'll tell you why. For a lot of different reasons that you already know, for some reasons you may not know. Cardiovascular exercise yields the greatest oxygen consumption while you're exercising, which means that you're going to burn a lot of calories while you're doing this. However, the minute you stop exercising, that oxygen consumption goes and it goes straight down, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that because it was up here the whole workout, right? When you're lifting weights, your oxygen consumption is right about here. But when you're done, it does this the rest of the day. It stays right there. So you're still burning. How many times haven't you gone to the gym and you've had such an amazing workout, you go, you shower, you get out of the shower, you get dressed, and you're still dripping wet, and you're like, what the hell just happened? You're still sweating, right? That's EPOC, okay? Your metabolism is going to stay right. People say, oh, when you work out, your metabolism's still going. That's EPOC, okay? So that's another wonderful quality, another great benefit of exercise. So all of this is starting to come together now, right? We have the exercise, we have the diet. Stretching. How many people here stretch? Be honest. Oh, more than I imagined. So, you raise your hand? Okay. So, how long do you work out for? How long do you work out for? And how long do you stretch for? Very good. That's exactly what it should be more like. Okay? Most people work out for an hour and they stretch for 0 minutes or maybe 2 minutes, right? All right, I'm good. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, and before you ask me, it's always better to stretch after your workout than it is before. Why? Well, because muscles are a lot like rubber bands. If you put a rubber band in the freezer and you take it out and you pull on it, what happens? It breaks. Exactly. Okay. So if you put that same rubber band, you grab a match and you just gently heat it and you pull it, it's going to go a lot further, right? But it probably go as far as you want without breaking because you've made it a lot more pliable. The same thing happens to muscle when you exercise. You're heating the muscle much, much deeper so you're able to pull the muscle further. And if you cool that muscle in the elongated position, you're much more likely to increase your range of motion and decrease risk of injury. So, keep it in mind. Whenever you're running, whenever you're lifting lifting weights or doing any type of heavy plyometric exercises, kettlebells, any of that stuff, it's always good to stretch afterwards. It's very important to stretch afterwards. Supplementation, my favorite subject. So,